I got the easiest way to match elements on your page right now. Hey everybody, Joe Workman, and in today's video, I want to show you the new match height stack. And this stack does exactly what the name says. It allows you to match the height of various components on your page, right? And what's awesome is that out of the box, it works beautifully with all of the default column stacks. So it doesn't matter what framework you're using, you can use the default column stacks, you can use foundation columns, right? You can even use it inside Foundry with the Foundry column stacks. And it integrates with a bunch of other stacks right out of the box as well. So if you want to equalize your Jack stacks, your Sections Pro, your Sections Box, right? And a lot of other stacks, you can easily match the height of those stacks. What this stack does is it looks at the content from all of the stacks that you want to match, and it takes the height of the tallest one, and then it makes all of them the same height, so everything looks uniform. And it's super easy to use. So let's jump on in and see exactly how easy it is to use. So here we are inside the MatchSafe demo file, and this is the file that ships with the stack when you purchase it. Now, if we look at this first demo here, this is the simplest example where we just take a simple 3-column stack and we're going to match the heights of each column to be the height of the tallest column. So here we are, our last column here has the most content. And if you notice, the first and second column stacks actually match the height of that last column. And just to see what it looked like without match height, here we go. And if we click on the without match height tab, we'll see this is exactly what our layout would look like without match height. And what's awesome is that match height doesn't require any sort of frameworks or external requirements. It even works great with the default column stacks. Here I've built just a really simple column layout with just the default column stacks. This is the stacks 3-column. Inside here has a 1 column inside each column so that we could have a background color. And then inside that we have an image and text. And what you'll notice here is that the text inside this middle column has more than the outside columns. Okay, so it's going to be taller. Let's have a look and preview this website. So as we see here, this is what my default layout is going to look like, right? Here, the first column is shorter than the middle, and then the third column is actually shorter than the first and second, right? But I think this would look so much nicer if all of these columns actually matched the height. That is super easy to do with match height. All you need to do is add the match height stack to your page, add your layout into match height, and we're done. That's all we need to do. Match height makes it extremely simple to make your columns match height, right? Because that's what most people are going to want to do. So I wanted to make that a complete no-brainer, just worked straight out of the box. Now, obviously, match height can do a lot more for us in terms of complex layouts, right? So let's look at the second demo on the match height demo project here. And here I'm going to show you, this is what my layout looks like without match height, okay? First, we'll see that this pricing table here is different sizes, right? So every column is a different size. Now, also my headers are different heights as well. I'd like for the headers to match, and then I'd like the body of the pricing table to match as well. If we go back to the first tab in this demo, you'll see that match height is matching the headers for each. Okay, so it's taking the largest header and it's matching those. And then it's taking the largest middle portion and matching all 3 of those as well. So if we look at the middle tab here in this demo, we'll see that I'm actually excluding the middle table from my layout. And then here we have the headers on the first and the third column are the same. And then the bodies on the first and the third are the same. This kind of allows me to accent my middle one because maybe that's going to be my best deal, right? So these layouts are really awesome because we can define multiple rules using match height. Now, if we check out our third and last demo inside this file, okay, we have multiple different things going on here. Here is the layout without match height turned on. We have mixed height content, and then we have 2 different groups, right? So we're matching, the green ones are going to be matched, and then the yellow ones are going to be matched with each other. By default, okay, match height will match everything on a by row basis. And what I mean by that is that if we look at this first row, we will see that match group 1 all has the same height. But if we look at match group 1 on row 2, they have a different height. So match height is smart enough to realize when elements are on the same row and then match all the height to just the elements in that row. This is really, really awesome. Now we can also ignore the row. So ignoring the row, all of group 1 are going to be the same exact height throughout my entire layout. The same thing for group 2. No matter where they are inside the layout, they're going to be the same exact height. Now this last demo does something called stop breaks. And what this does is it allows you to define breakpoints, a start and ending breakpoint, for when particular match rules are ignored. So for this layout, between 700 and 1,000 pixels, my match rules are going to be disabled. If we see as I resize this layout down, as soon as we get below 1,000 pixels like it did right now, you'll see that the match rule has stopped and everything has inherited its default size, okay? And then we can go a little bit further down. Once we get below 700, you'll see that now, since we're below 700, the match rules are taking a place again. Now these values are completely customizable, so you have control over when the stop and start points are for these breakpoints. So there we have it. That is match height. I hope you see the power and the simplicity of it and how easy it is to use. Now, I didn't go into depth on the more advanced tutorials, right? Make sure if you want to see how those are implemented and the ins and outs of all the settings to accomplish that, make sure you check our other more in-depth video on match height. But until then, I hope you enjoy match height. I hope that you use it to make your websites really awesome. Until then, bye-bye.